Hello students, welcome to today's session. In this video, I thought of discussing a few problems that might occur using the scanner functions. Okay, so in the previous video, I discussed all these scanner functions, and it is just a follow up to that video. So the first problem that you might encounter is this one. Okay, the next line function, it doesn't work after using the next function. Okay, similarly, the next line function does not work after using nextInt, nextFloat or nextDouble. Okay, any number input. Okay, so if you take any number input using nextInt, nextFloat, nextDouble, nextLine will not work, and nextLine will also not work after you use the next function. Okay, so let's have a demo. Let's see if it works or doesn't work through the coding. So here I have already written the code. I have created two functions, main1, main2, and in the first one I have used next first and then next line first. Okay, and in the second function I am using the nextInt first and then I am using next line. Okay, let's see if it works. So let's call the first function first. Okay, main1, and I am going to enter a word here. So let's say apple. So you can see after I entered apple, the input here is disabled. Okay, there is no cursor. Okay, let me execute again so that you will be able to see the cursor when it is blinking. See, can you see the cursor is blinking here right now for input. Okay, so as you can see, the cursor is blinking here. It's ready for taking input. So when I enter, the cursor is gone. Okay, it is not allowing me to enter a sentence. Okay, why is that happening? See, the reason is when I entered apple, okay, the last character that was pressed by me was enter, isn't it? So that enter will be represented by this \n. Okay, and while explaining the next function, I told you that it ignores space and it also ignores new line. Okay, so when I typed apple and pressed enter, it took the characters from A to E, but it left \n in the memory. Okay, so this \n was not taken by the next function. So when the turn came for next line, okay, you know that the next line function will first of all look in the memory whether there is some string left or not, whether there is some data available or not. If there is some data available in the memory already, okay, in the input stream, then it will not ask for a new input. It will take the input from the memory itself, okay, from the input stream itself. So that is the reason \n is available in the memory. Okay, so this \n is consumed by the next line function. Okay, so it is not that next line is not working, it is working, but since this \n is available in the memory, it takes \n and stops looking for further characters. As I explained in the previous video, that suppose if the sentence is apple is good, okay, so if I use next line function to read this whole line, how does it know that it has to stop here? It knows because after this D I have pressed enter. Okay, and when it finds this \n, it stops the reading there. Okay, so it starts from apple it starts from character A and it comes up till the character D here. But as soon as it sees backslash n, it stops looking for any further characters. Okay, that means it stops its reading, its string reading. Okay, so that is what happened here. It found backslash n in the memory and it stopped looking for characters. Okay, so in fact this B is storing backslash n. Okay, and it can be proved like this. Suppose I print system.out.println, I print a word here, school. Okay, and before school I print B, the value of the character, the value of the variable B. Okay, so let's see what the output will be. So let's enter apple is, sorry, not apple is, just a single word. Okay, apple. Okay, so you can see that when I am printing the value of B, it is printing this blank line. Okay, that means this B has got a blank backslash n, that is why it's printing. Let's put some more B's here. Okay, so you can see that I've written, I'm printing the value of B 3 times. That means I should have 3 blank lines. Let's have a look. So let's type apple, and as you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3 blank lines. Okay, so the same thing happens in the case of integer input. Okay, when you take an integer input, okay, so when you enter a number, let's say 55, and you press enter. Okay, when you press enter, the last character is this, isn't it, backslash n. So the nextInt function will only read the integer part. Okay, it will leave the backslash n in the memory. So next time when this nextLine function is executed, first of all it looks for data in the memory. Okay, and in the memory it finds that there is a backslash n. That means it will take the input from the memory and it will not allow you to take another input. Okay, so this backslash n is taken and stored in B. So to handle this situation, okay, what you can do is you need to consume that backslash n. Okay, backslash n, and you know that it can be consumed by the nextLine function. Okay, so if I write nextLine, sc.nextLine, this will consume the backslash n character, and we will be able to enter input here. Okay, sorry, I've put this nextLine at the wrong place. It should not be here, it should be after this, after the next function. Okay, and here I've put it at the right place. Okay, so we are good to go. So let's do main function 1 first and type apple. Now you can see that the cursor is available here for typing the sentence. Okay, so let's type a sentence here, apple is good for health. So you can see that the apple is good for health has been taken by the nextLine function. Okay, and we have got this cool in between, so it might be confusing. Let me remove it. Okay, now let's call the second function. Okay, let me enter an integer 67, and you see I am able to enter a sentence as well. Okay, and if I remove this nextLine from here, you can see that when I enter the number, okay, there is input is disabled. I cannot enter a sentence anymore. So I hope this video will be helpful for you to understand why next line doesn't work after next, or next int, next float, next double. Okay. So, I will stop here. Thank you.